Two bedtimes for Mom and Dad, also known as Robert and Lois Green. Modern technology was just a realistic part of Robert and Lois's growing through the years together. I'd like to tell a cute story about when they learned about the thrill of receiving their first electric blanket as a Christmas present. They decided that they would try it out on Christmas Eve evening. They went to bed. They made up the bed, and they each had. They realized that they could each handle the temperature that their side of the bed was supposed to be, because each had their own control. They were just excited about that. My dad slept really warm all the time, and my mom was always a little chilly. When they woke up in the morning, we were all excited to hear how that night went under the family's first electric blanket. My dad got up and he just looked a little frazzled as he said, we asked him, "How'd you sleep?" And I said, "Oh my gosh, that thing, no matter I used the control and no matter how much I turned it down, it just seemed to get hotter and hotter." And we didn't quite understand how that would be. So we asked Mom, "Well, how did you sleep?" And she said, "I don't think this blanket deal is for me." She said, "I just was cold all night long. And the more I tried to turn it up, that it would just get colder and colder and colder." And so they were both rather disgusted with their first night under an electric blanket. They, of course, needless to say, they had switched the controllers when they made the bed up, and Mom was turning up Dad's side of the bed, and Dad was turning down Mom's side of the bed. No wonder they were uncomfortable. Once they got that figured out, they did really well with their electric blanket. The next story has to do with when they got, a number of years later, when they got the beds that you could have a control on each side of the bed, that it made your bed as hard or as soft as you wanted it. So they tried that out, and they were sure that they had everything in the right place. And after they were done with the first night sleeping on their pump-upable or pump-downable bed, we asked them if they slept, and Dad said, "No, that bed is not for me at all." And Mom said, "No, it was like sleeping on no matter how I said it was too hard, and I would push the little controller to make it I like a soft bed." And Dad said, "Yes, and I wanted a hard bed that obviously it doesn't understand what you think is soft or hard." So we just sort of looked at the controls, and guess what? They were switched once again. Once they each had their own control, they kept that bed for many years. So we just had to chuckle as they learned about modern technology through the bed. The end.